My twin brother has always been conniving, jealous, and evil. And if you would allow me the privilege for a few moments, I would like to share with you one of many tragic stories that I've had to deal with throughout my life. Something that I now call growing up Tony. For those that do not know, yours truly back in 1996 was training to become an independent pro wrestler. And unfortunately, one day in 1996, a car accident totally derailed my dream of being a pro wrestler. Broke my hip, broke my pelvis, shattered my ankle, broke so many bones in the right side of my body, have permanent injuries to this day that I deal with. I was devastated. I was hurt, I was depressed, I was very, very sad. And one day in 1997, my brother came up with an idea that I thought was the greatest gift any brother could do. A twin brother, I should say. You see, my brother, Dumb Pony, knew that I was devastated. I was depressed. I was hurt. I was sad. I always wanted to be an independent pro wrestler, and I never would get that opportunity. So my brother, Dumb Pony, came up with this idea. Brother, Don Tony, I will help you live that dream. I, your brother, Dumb Pony, will train. Yes, your brother, Dumb Pony, will train. Will sweat, will bleed, will endure the tears. I, your brother, will become a pro wrestler, and everybody will think that it is you. You will live your dream of being a pro wrestler through the eyes of your brother, Dumb Pony. And I thought it was a wonderful idea. And my brother trained, and he greased the palms of so many promoters trying to get his foot in the wrestling business, and he finally had that opportunity. And it was great. Don Tony was living his dream, even though he wasn't out there stapling money to lowlife Louis Ramos's head, but my brother was the one doing it. And then 2 years ago, it came crumbling down. You see, my brother came to me and said, I can no longer be Don Tony. You can no longer live your dream of being a pro wrestler through my eyes, because I now work for Victory Pro Wrestling. It is a family company, and they will not allow me to be the cardboard gangster that you wanted me to be. If you want me to continue being Don Tony out there, you need to come up with a different character. Something that is family friendly. Don Tony, brother! Your body may be destroyed from the car accident, but your mind is still working very well, and you need to come up with those creative juices and find a new character that I can go out as. And sure enough, yours truly, Don Tony, thought and thought hard. What can I come up with? I want to come up with something different, and then I created Deli Man. I created the mask. I created the hat, the apron, the jeans, everything down to the shoes. And I gave my brother that outfit, and I said, you wear it and wear it proud. And the first night he was supposed to debut the character, everybody knew on the internet, Don Tony was debuting a new character, Deli Man. I gave him a raw chicken. I gave him gizzards. I gave him a salami, and I said, take Vinny the Guido, bash him over the head with the raw chicken, shove the gizzards down his throat a la Mankind and the mandible claw, and shove that fucking salami so far up his ass it comes out of his mouth. So my brother goes out there, and I read the results that night on pwinsider.com amongst all the pop-ups, and I see in the print that my brother came out with the chicken. He came out with the gizzards, but there was no mention of salami. And I was devastated. I asked my brother, I said, Dumb Pony, what happened to the salami? And he said to me, oh, I don't know what happened to it. Somebody hid the salami, blah, 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 blah. And he lost it. Never to be found until a few days ago. You see, Hurricane Sandy 2 years ago devastated my parents' house, and all but a few boxes remained. There was a box filled with clothes, there was a box filled with mementos and photos that were waterlogged, and there was a box that said, do not open, and it had my brother's name underneath it. And I respected privacy of my family until a few days ago, I saw the box once again, and I decided to open the box. And what do I find in that box? The salami. My brother wasn't kidding when he said that they hid the salami. attached to that salami was something that looked like a prophylactic. It was hard to tell because there was all this brown stuff on it. I don't know if it was mud from Sandy or maybe it was Alpo. I don't know what it was, but I started fearing the worst. And then sure enough, under the salami, there was an envelope. And I opened the envelope and I see naked photos of 4 wrestlers in Victory Pro Wrestling with my brother in the deli man outfit, and he is using the salami in places that I never thought could be used. And now to this day, there are 4 homosexuals wrestling out in Long Island, New York that think that yours truly, Don Tony, as deli man, decided to have some type of perverted intercourse with them. My brother has no idea that I'm aware of this. But if anybody out there speaks to my brother, you tell Dumb Pony, if I see that prick bastard motherfucker Matarazz, I'm going to take that salami, I'm going to bash it over his head, I'm going to open his fucking mouth, and I'm going to shove it in, well, he might actually like that. I'm going to hurt him, and I'm going to hurt him bad. So I'm sorry, everybody, about this long-winded story. I needed to vent. This was something that's been building up inside me for such a long time. There are so many more tragic stories like this, and maybe next week I will share another one of them. Something that I once again call Growing Up Tony.